This is a summary for Galaxy Log of 9/19/2020. First of all, let's talk about the dark site. This dark site is our best local dark site. Um, it's a little over an hour away to the northwest of where I live. It has good elevation for this area. It's 1,750-foot elevation. And it sits in uh, tens of thousands of acres of state game lands, so it's in state game lands. And so it's well protected from local light pollution. The conditions this night, as I mentioned, the transparency was pretty good. It was okay. The scene was a bit off, but as I mentioned in the video about observing NGC 7448 and using over 500 power, that I waited for moments of good seeing. And like I mentioned in the video, um, even on nights where the scene is off for most of the time, there are going to be moments. Those moments can last actually longer than you think. It can actually be a few minutes where the scene will really pop and you'll be able to see more detail in whatever object you're looking at. So patience is virtue when it comes to astronomical observing through a telescope. The telescope used this night is my largest scope. It's an Astro Systems 22-inch f4.5 Dob with Swayze optics in it. Steve Swayze is known to make very fine, large mirrors, and as I mentioned before, this one's no exception. Really a great mirror in here. I use on, as far as for a finder scope, an old Apogee 80mm f5 short tube, and I use a 25mm eyepiece in there, which is around 16 magnification, and it's really perfect for star hopping. And I actually have on top of the finder a Rigel quick finder, so that helps me locate the field quickly, and then I'm able to use the short tube, which is nice at 80mm. You know, if you're looking for something that's very dim or tough, and there's a lot of dim field stars that you need to find, that really helps a lot having 80mm. The eyepieces for the 9mm is a StarView Optimus 100-degree field, which I used for the NGC 7265 group, and that's really a good eyepiece. I mean, I really, for these 100-degree eyepieces, this one does very well. I really like it a lot. Very fine eyepiece. And the 5mm is an APM XWA 110-degree field, and I use that, of course, on NGC 7448. And as I mentioned about the seeing conditions, that I waited for good seeing conditions, and this eyepiece really did a good job on bringing out some nice detail on the galaxy. And then the 10mm I used on NGC 7817 is a Pentax XW, and it's a favorite eyepiece, and I love this eyepiece. In fact, the Pentax XWs and the TeleVue Delos are my favorite eyepieces. You know, they both have 70 and 72-degree field of view, which is really nice. But I like the eye relief. I really cherish a good eye relief. And these two are both 20mm, both the Delos and the Pentax. But also the image quality it is outstanding. The Pentax shows, you know, very crystal clear, sharp images, good contrast, good light transmission. It is definitely one of my go-to eyepieces. I really like a lot.